Hey, we're live. That's great. All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the Devastations, our 5E campaign. I hope you're all super excited and stoked. Where last we left off, in case anyone has forgotten, you all were in the College of Letters, and you had battled your way into the brain room. Solbaya's undead form was fighting you. There was this horrible tentacle brain creature, and there was just a battle in the brain room in this cortex to save the library and save all of the individual students, including Elodin's old flame, who were captured. And a portal was open, and Sithu ended up getting dragged through by a beholder. After a series of events, the library kind of died. You all went back to the dean. I'm assuming you all grabbed those money chests, right?
Yeah. I was in the middle of grabbing them.
Sure.
I was grabbing mine and Sobaya's.
Why not? So you grab the money chests. Did anyone not grab their money chest, their corresponding money chest? All right, Lucius. That's fine. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So
no, Lucius,
I intentionally
chest.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I was intentionally not taking mine.
Fair.
Oh. Well, you didn't tell that to me, and I'm the quartermaster, so I took your money chest.
Cleos just has like 6 of them under his arms. Like, I got him, guys.
We're good. We're good.
They're done up with very lovely vine bows.
Perfect. Why not?
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so you grab that, and then the reality around you began to melt away, to physically just kind of be rend in two, and you, through a gooey, horrible substance, emerged where you had left off, which is in the middle of a canteen surrounded by monsters. So it's a very large room, and it has many tables, and there's a large hearth burning in one corner. And when you'd left, you'd killed a whole bunch of magma mephits and I think magmins who were basically just trying to eat their lunch. And instead, you ate their lunch. So it was super exciting and wonderful. And that's when reality kind of tore itself apart and you ended up at the College of Letters. So now you're back to where you were. You are rested because in his last moments before you left, the dean managed to basically bless you all with a spell that gave you the equivalent of a long rest. And I also mean that in the sense that you won't be fatigued. So it's not just like, you feel like you're on coke right now. You're like, let's do this! Super excited. And what else? Oh, and there was a huge explosion as you were leaving. And it rattled the very bones of the College of Hidden Letters. So something happened. But now you find yourselves back in this large cafeteria room. And essentially, as you're materializing, you see all of these magmins, magma mephits, and a few azers, and they're kind of like spooning food into their mouths or drinking ale or whatever it is that magma creatures like to eat. Hint, hint, it's probably things that can be charred, including charred meat. You smell that kind of in the air, overly cooked everything. And one of them drops his beer, and he's like, ugh. And then you hear, they're back, they're back, they're back! And in a frenzy, they all kind of start swarming around you. And I think there's only one response.
Roll for initiative.
Which is to roll for initiative.
16. I guess I gotta go and roll 20.
Yeah, if you need me to put your character into initiative, let me know.
I'll go do it.
Grab this 11.
11 for Lucius.
Actually, while I log in, I did get 16, and I am frenzied because I failed my wisdom save with my axe.
Excellent.
12 for Dimitri.
10. Nope.
12 for Dimitri.
10 for Sommer.
Grapsis, will you please put me in order? I got a 6.
A bright, large 6 for you, sir.
Actually, I'm in roll 20 now, so I can add myself if I find myself. Ah, there we are.
All right, let's.
I'm gonna roll and I'll update the number. I had a 16.
I always forget how to set up my screen so I can see my character sheet at the same time.
Are you
Oh, you
gonna
have a front window?
are you gonna put in the battle map as one of the screens or no?
I
Yeah.
can if you'd like it. I figured out what I did wrong last time. Would that be beneficial?
Yes.
I mean, I would like it also when you stream it, it will have the map as a visible.
It is on
It
Twitch.
is visible on Twitch. I put it in a different space. There's a cutout for it.
I suppose I could pull over roll 20 so you don't have to.
It's up to you. I don't mind doing it. I just have to mute everybody on that tab, which is like just slightly annoying, but it's only slightly.
I mean, we should all have our stuff turned off already.
No, I
On
have.
roll.
It's what it is if I share that screen, I have to make another login. Anyway, don't worry about it. But it is doable if you'd prefer it to signing in. Is there anyone who's not going to sign into Roll20?
I'm
I'm
signing.
in roll 20.
So everybody is
I'm
in.
good.
I just have to grab my
For
phone.
right now, I might drop out because I'm using my tablet instead of my laptop, and my tablet tends to crash often.
Wah.
Right?
Wah! Luigi.
All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 party members, and there are 6 party members. Sort in descending order. All right. So you're all kind of clustered together. You're not exactly where you left off when you were summoned to the college. Instead, there you see a rune burning on the floor. Blue runic symbols just kind of swirling and beginning to disintegrate in fiery dust from the energies that summoned you. And yeah, Elodin, you're top of order.
All right. So, Eladin raises his hands and casts Sickening Radiance. I need everybody on the left side of the map to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 17.
Everybody.
Yeah, and I'm gonna draw a circle on there if I can figure out how Roll20 makes shape.
All right, so I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 saves.
That includes the Azer and the Magman, like right
Yep.
next to it.
2,
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. 11 saves. I see how it is. What DC, just so I know it? And what'd you say, wisdom?
DC 17 Con.
Con, okay.
Oh,
Oh my god, I hate this tablet.
All right, let's do the Azer first. And you said 17?
yep.
Azer saves.
Okay, so he's fine. Nothing
And
happened.
then how many Magmans do we have? Oh, they all have... Oh, no, there's 2 Azers. Let's do the other Azer as well. The other Azer fails, so purple Azer fails.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you now what happens if they fail?
So wait,
or-
are they only the ones... They're not the ones within the circle. You just drew a circle for
No,
something else.
He's
Yeah, I'm-
having a hard time with the
I'm struggle busting.
roll 20. So
Yeah, I hate roll 20s
All right.
drawing.
Purple Azer fails. Orange Azer succeeds. And then, let's see, Magmans... And so I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 saves.
Alright, that's about right.
1 saves.
Yeah, that is exactly right. This circle.
2 save. Oops. Three of them save.
Okay, the ones that save are totally fine. Nothing happens.
Okay.
The ones that fail, I'll take 23 radiant damage.
All right. Of course, you're gonna make me do tons of tabulation in the first moments of the game.
And then, so while you do that, I'll tell you the other things that happen.
Did you say 23?
Yeah.
So purple took damage. 3. We have 1, 2, 3.
Someone cleaning dishes?
Yeah, it's the wife in the background.
And then anyone who fails also suffers a point of exhaustion. Which I'll tell you what that means in just a second because I never remember. They have a disadvantage on ability checks with 1 point of exhaustion. And then they all emit a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius, and they are impossible to become there. It is impossible for them to become invisible. So this entire 60-foot sphere, it spreads around corners. It's a dim greenish light around the entire area.
Okay.
And
So, sorry, what type of damage was this again, you said?
radiant.
Radiant. All right, so there's a bright expulsion of light that radiates out in this circle, almost searing. And you see... Let me see how many you killed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see this magman explode. Let me confirm. Yeah, literally explode in the light. And this one explode. And this one explode. And this one explode as well.
Sound like Oprah.
You explode, and you explode.
Every magma explodes.
That one explodes as well. And then of the magma mephits, this one explodes. This one explodes, and I am just marking it as dead because it's the one in charge. Oops, in charge of turn order.
And now I feel bad. That was a lot.
And
Good.
there's one more. This
It was
magma,
meant to happen.
this magma mephit also explodes. You basically just wiped out most of the left side of the room.
And then
So Eladin's like bursts of light dripping from his fingers as if it's water trickling out.
So 2 other things happen. One, this green pool stays there, and I look around and I say, guys, just avoid it. And then a huge gust of wind pushes Eladin back 10 feet, so I'm standing between Lucius and Magus.
Excellent. All right. Anything
And that
else?
does not provoke opportunity.
Anything else?
No. No, I think that's enough.
All right.
On the start of any of their turns, they have to remake a save.
All right. So this one's starting his turn, so he has to remake his save.
Yeah.
He fails his save.
So he takes 23 radiant damage
Okay.
and suffers another point of exhaustion if he didn't.
Yeah, I mean he's dead. So you see like parts of him already kind of sloshing off, and it looks like magma separating from like a magma flow and hitting water and hissing everywhere. And there's another burst of light, and his arm goes flying across the room and hits a wall and just kind of melts, smearing magma and lighting flames. And he just falls apart into a brittle pile of ash. And this Azer is in that radius, so he also has to make his save. And he fails. It was how much damage? Another 23, right? So this is orange. Orange takes 20. So this one goes to walk, and there's a burst flash of light, and parts of him just kind of explode off. Little volcanic eruptions happening all around, rivers of magma pouring out beneath his armor, and he kind of takes a step forward and just immediately goes to thrash Isilme.
It is worth noting that as soon as he leaves that area, he is no longer bathed in green light and no longer exhausted.
All right. Isilmay, I'm just confirming your AC is 17.
Yes, sir.
So he's going to hit you.
Okay.
So the Azer walks up, parts of him kind of spewing fire. He has a shield, he has a hammer that immediately bursts into flames, and he brings it down on you for 8 bludgeoning damage and an additional 4 fire damage. So you take 12 points of damage total. And he kind of just screams like an infernal, fiery scream. You can feel the heat from his breath. Just... And he smashes his shield into his chest. Of course, it's sending like tiny bits of magma flying off. And we still have some other Azers on this side. So this Azer is going to move his 30 feet. 30, and then use his action for the rest. This one we'll have this one attack since he's right here. Dimitri. Confirming, Dimitri, your AC is still 18.
Correct.
He misses. So this one goes up with his hammer aflame, his shield, and just brings the hammer straight down, and you bring your own shield to meet it, and there's a burst of fire across the entire length of your shield, but it holds, and you feel the intensity of the strike.
Cool.
And this last Azer is then going to approach from your 5. Ragus,
Aye.
your turn.
Alright. So I'm gonna say these fucking blood erasers, I can't fucking stand them. I'm really pissed off, and I'm gonna just axe away. And that is a... what's my plus? 26 to hit.
To hit what? An Azer?
The Azer. Did you move the Azer, blue Azer right in front of me?
Yeah.
Behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one.
Yeah, 26
Sorry.
definitely hits.
Because I fucking hate them. Alright, I gotta roll a d12, I think. Yeah. Alright, so that's just a measly 10 points.
10 points of damage. You bring your axe around and bury it into the side of the Azer, and smoke rises from the Azer's flesh, and bits of kind of magma-y skin slosh off, and then you rip it out with a kind of spurt of fiery blood.
And I'm gonna attack him again.
Do it.
My second attack. Oh, and I got a critical. I got a 20.
Ooh, don't forget your gauntlets.
Yes, and because I have my gauntlet, that means I do maximum damage.
And because we have a
which means...
we have a home rule, roll another attack just to see if you get double critical.
Okay. Is that one advantage as well? No.
No.
Because I'm advantaged because I'm enraged. No? Okay. No, I got only 18 on that one.
Okay.
Plus my bonus.
All right. So you hit him hard. So roll damage.
30 damage.
All right. So you as you pull the axe back out, you kind of heft it around and then down, and you just slice straight through the throat of the Azer, its head spinning through the air on fire, flames just leaving its head. The body kind of stumbles forward for a moment before falling at your feet in a pile of just fire erupting from it.
Okay. And now, since I'm still super angry, I'm going to do a... no, not this one. What am I doing? An action surge. And I'm going to take my bonded axe that's in my hand. I'm going to throw it at the Magman that's right across the table from me.
All right.
So I'm going to turn around and throw that. I mean, I might as well take advantage of my rage. All right, and that's 27 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right. And that is a... Ooh, good. 16.
You throw your axe through the air, and this is a big axe, and it flies kind of at level, and it separates the Magman's torso from the bottom portion. And this one had its mug still in its hand, and like this horrible face of fear, and it goes "Ah!" as it sees the axe, and then just and splashes to the ground.
Nice. Alright, so then I'm gonna take advantage that my thing has it's bonded, so I'm gonna make it reappear in my hand. And get ready to throw it one last time. Except I gotta check who I can throw it to, because I'm not sure. Let me double check my range. I think it's 2040. Yeah, it's 2040. So I don't know if I can reach that guy that's further away. Let me check. Well, I can without advantage. So I'm gonna go to that last Magmin, the red and green.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. So wait, where's the Magmin that? Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say I could still see him. All right, so this one is a 15
to hit the red and green one.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Okay, nice. Thank God. All right, and that's 11.
Yeah, so
Damn it.
you and this is with your axe again thrown, right? You summoned
Yeah,
it
I
again?
just took advantage of the bond.
So
Basically, as I see the thing going through the first Magmin, and I see the other one, I guess, through the crack that I just made on the first Magmin, I see the next one. I immediately start preparing my hand, and I make it reappear just in time to throw it again.
exactly. So your hand's going behind your head, and it materializes in it, and then you just launch it off, and it spins at just like perpendicular to the ground, head over tail, and it lands squarely in the skull of the Magmin, and the Magmin explodes in a shower of sparks and fire, and just kind of goes exploding everywhere.
And now I'm completely and most definitely out of actions for sure. But I feel like I need to go move to help the others. So I'm gonna move. I can't move too far. I'm gonna move here next to this. Actually, not too close to this magnet. I'm gonna move to the Azers area. Wait, can I reach here? 25 feet. Yeah, I can reach. Okay. So I'm gonna move next to Dimitri and Islami. And I'm done.
All right. Magma methods. Do we even have any magma methods left? I don't think we do.
There's one all the way to the right.
Is there?
There's
one right next to
red
me.
orange.
There's like a place.
Red orange is a magmin.
Ah, the methods.
Those
Yeah,
are
no, the
magmas.
methods I think are
All
bad.
right, let me get rid of them from the order. So it's Dimitri's turn.
Okay. There is an Azer right in front of me, correct?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch and make an attack on him.
All right.
So that is 12 plus 8, dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. That then becomes 3d6 necrotic damage as my hand is wreathed in dark black shadows. Oh, that is phenomenal damage right there. And I'm just reaching straight out for like center of mass there, and like grabbing him by the collar and just lifting him up and just sucking the life out of him. So that is 12 17 points of damage.
Nice. Yes. All right. Yeah, you reach into him and begin pulling life force out of him. You can feel the kind of burn through your hand of his warm body. And it looks like you do a reasonable amount, but he's still going, still struggling, and you see him kind of ready to fight, veins bulging in his forehead.
Cool. I'm okay with that.
Anything else?
Then... Nope. I believe that is good. Yeah, I'll stay there. I'm good.
All right.
Cool. Let me mark this off.
That
somewhere.
brings us to Lucius.
All right. Lucius is going to sidestep over, so if that incurs an attack of opportunity.
All right, so the magma method will get its reaction. Let me just see what... Or, sorry, Magmin Magma. You have no more magma
Yes.
methods. I'm killing them from no more magma methods. Killing them. All right, so it's a +4 against an AC of 14, right?
Correct.
All right, it's gonna hit. It does very little. Well, I mean, fine. It's fine. Fine. Take your 6 action. So you're gonna take 7 fire damage. You ignite. You're on fire now, and you're gonna need to take an action to douse the fire out.
Cool. 7. So that puts me at... Okay. Whilst on fire, I'm just gonna, while flailing my arms, I'm just gonna draw both whips and make the 2 attacks at it.
So you're not gonna put yourself out.
No, because
Okay.
this is all in one motion. So,
Yeah. You're like, I'm a badass. Fire doesn't bother me.
It makes for a great story. It's
kinda like real
17
life.
to hit.
17 hits.
All right, that's the first one. Second one, 15.
A 15 also hits.
Okay. So that is 3, 6. It's going to be 12 points of damage.
Yeah. So is that for the first or for combined?
First 2 attacks.
Yeah. So you just kind of swirl your whips around your head. You're on fire. Your whips are kind of burning a little bit, and you just kind of whoosh, and the first one draws a line and separates the jaw of the method. And there's a moment as you see fear in its eyes, and it realizes it's bitten off more than it can chew. Of course, now it can't chew, and you just bring the second one around, and it wraps around the neck, and you pull it, and then whip it, and the head separates free, killing the Magman. Anything else? You're still on fire.
Do I have to... If I stop, dropped, and rolled as a bonus action, do I go
No,
out?
it takes an action to put the fire out.
All right. Well, I'm going to run 5, 10, 15, 20 to there and go prone and
Okay.
try to stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, so you take 1 point of fire damage. All right, Isolme.
All right, I guess I will just slash at this orange guy in front of me
Why not?
with my small sword, hopefully. Oof. That's a 13 to hit.
You bring your small sword around, and as you're going to stab with it, he just kind of whips it away, hammers it away with his shield.
All right. So I'll just attack him again with my rapier, my other hand. Jesus, all right, that definitely misses too. It's only 10.
I think I heard it's a 10. What happened?
Yeah, no, it definitely missed.
Okay, yeah, so then you burn around your rapier and go to strike, and you just feel it skid off. You feel this scratching sensation of it just kind of doing, cosmetic damage. Anything else?
It's my turn.
No?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Leos.
Oh no, I've actually answered my own question. Never mind.
African or European?
So Fleos is going to assume that they are doing a bang-up job, of course. Handling these 3As are over here.
God, I fucking...
And he is going to... I believe that's where I need to be. Yep. So I'm going to hop across the table. I'm just going to run across it. I'm not going to Duke's Hazard it or anything like that.
Yeah,
That would be
I
ridiculous.
think there's like a thing about it being like difficult terrain, but I mean, I've run across tables. You're fine. It's not difficult terrain.
Is a table difficult terrain?
You're good.
5e is really weird. Some of the
It's like
stuff.
a nice flat surface.
You're good. You're good. I fight on tables all the time. I used to.
I feel like your wife would
Thing.
hate that.
I
Alright.
mean, like, if I was running underneath it, anyway.
You have to like vault and balance.
Oh, yes. I totally had to vault and balance to step up onto a bench.
I'll send you some instructional
I imagine
videos.
The tables are super low if all the mephits were eating at it.
Oh, yes, they're Japanese height, like kneeling height.
Yeah, yeah.
That's racist.
What? All right, Fleos.
So anyway, I'm going to quickly pull out the stem of a briar bush, and I'm going to whip it through the air, and it is going to extend all the way to the... Ooh, sweet! All the way over to the Magman, who takes nat 20 damage. So let me
Nice.
just pull that up real quick. So the Magman takes 14 points of damage. And then, because I don't like the idea of being quite that close to the Magman, I'm just going to hop back up onto the table the rest of my action so that I have the high ground, Anakin. That is the end of Fleos' turn.
Excellent. Just check and see if my dog randomly has a tick that jumped up on me.
Aw.
And she does
Poor
not.
thing.
She just has a scab. Get off my lap, yo. All right. All right. So yes, you send that whip out, and it kind of just bursts through sections of it, exploding a hole in it, and it just kind of looks down and goes, and then it erupts, just sending parts of it everywhere. And it's dead. You think?
Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, when I hop back up on the table, I turn to face the Azers.
All right. Are you doing anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
That's all she wrote. All right, Magmans, which I believe there's one left.
Yeah.
So this Magman looks at you all and goes, "Ah, where is he? Ah, ah," and looks at its friends. And there's a moment it's like, "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and it starts running.
I'm looking at this Magman, and I'm just...
So it gets about there, and it kind of runs into the wall because it's terrified. It's like running backwards a little bit, and then turns. And as it turns, it smacks into the wall, and, pop, and then goes prone.
It's
Oh,
not rude of us to attack them in the middle of lunch.
It was, it was only here for the paycheck, right?
Half movement to stand back up means I can
I know that
shake
feeling.
it down and murder it.
Wow. All right, Eladin.
all right. I'm gonna go do the So first, I'm gonna dispel that whole green goo thing, and then I'm gonna hop up on the table, mirroring Fleos, and attack the orange Azer with a spell called Ray of Frost. That is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Then nothing happens.
So you kind of begin summoning the frost, and it forms around your fingertips, and you send it off, and it just kind of like fizzles out towards the Azer, just kind of slipping next to it. And there's a moment as like frost forms on the ground, and there's some icicles that kind of reach up, but nothing.
All right, that's it.
All right, that brings us to the Azers. And look, there's one in front of each of these individuals, so this is relatively convenient.
Bring it, bitch.
All right, so we'll start with Dimitri. The Azer that's attacking you hits. So this Azer. Okay, 1d8. 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and then
Okay.
an additional 5 points of fire damage. So you take 11 damage total. And then
Okay.
so he just comes down with that hammer, and you go to block it, and it's like he's ready for the block this time, and just turns and brings it sideways into your side. There's a little bit of fire that kind of erupts out of it, and you feel the burn all the way through your armor.
Okie dokie.
Ragus. This
Remember,
one goes
I have
to.
shield just in case.
All right, what is your AC with that?
It's 19 without, 24 if I use the spell.
All right, you're gonna need to use the spell.
Okay, I'll use it.
All right, so use the spell, and there's this moment where this one kind of like you can see he's trying to be a badass, and he kind of spins his hammer, and he's like, dwarfs, and just brings it down. Big ass bicep, raging with muscle and veins popping, and you bring your shield up, and it's shimmering with the energy. Oh, you don't have your shield. You bring up the haft of your axe and meet the hammer, and there's an explosive sound as your magic erupts, and the flames kind of burst out across it, doing no harm to you. And then the orange one is going to attack Isilme. And this one kind of looks at you, and there's like a moment where he's like, and he just goes to slam his hammer in you, and you just very quickly and lithely sidestep as it smashes into the ground and the tiles shatter, and then you return to the spot as he kind of brings his hammer back and squares off his shield.
I'll smirk back at him. Sucker.
Confirming that is all the Azers. Ragus.
Was any of them hit already, or they're all fresh as a...
No, so the
whistle?
green Azer was hit, the orange Azer was hit, and the red Azer was not hit.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be nice and hit the one that hasn't been hit, because you want to keep things fair. You fucking asshole! So I go 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And, shitty damage. 9.
9 points of damage, alright. So you bring your axe around and bury it in the side and rip out a chunk of it.
Alright, and I'm gonna rinse, repeat. So my second attack, which is a non-natural 20.
That hits.
And let's see if I do better. Ooh, yeah. Okay, 16.
16 points of damage.
Yup.
Excellent. Alright, so yeah, you bring your axe around again and just find a nice spot. You know, he's bringing his shield up, and as he brings it up, you use all of those well-honed military skills and just slide the axe in and slice open a section of his belly, blood and fire pouring out. Anything else you're going to do?
No, nothing I can do.
You take 1 point of fire damage. It's almost like as you've been slicing through him, the magma's just kind of been splashing up against you, so you take 1 point of fire damage from it.
Question. If I do absorb element, which gives me resistance to fire, would I get 0 damage out of it?
Yes. Is that what you want?
Okay. But no, the thing I'm thinking is if I do that, it activates resistance to fire until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I won't use it. I'll take the damage for now.
Okay.
I'll do it if it's hard.
He's like, I have like
I can handle
100
1
hit
point.
points, but I'm hemming a hard.
I like the 100. It's pretty.
Okay. All
No,
right.
it's 99.
Anything else, Ragus?
No.
All right, Dimitri.
Okay. So I still has the vampiric touch swirling around me, so I'm gonna reach out in front of me and grab this guy again. Cool. And that is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
No, 16. Sorry.
A 16 does not hit either, sadly.
Oh,
So
okay.
close.
So I reach out. He dies. He'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, you go to reach him, and he just kind of like smacks your hand with the edge of his shield.
Okie dokie. Then I'm angry at him. I spit in his general direction. And that is the end of my turn.
Excellent. All right, you don't bite your thumb at him though, right? Because that'd be too much.
No. See, I was thinking about farting at him, but like he's on fire, and we don't need more fire.
Fair point, Lucius.
Well, since no one helped put out my fire, I am rolling around on the ground, and I'm just, stop, dropping, and rolling to put out the fire.
All right, so that's your action, and you pat yourself down and put out the flames.
Sorry, bro. We're killing key people. Come on.
I will stand back up.
Okay.
So I got, 15 feet of movement? So
Yeah.
I'll just get up on the table because that's what the cool kids are doing.
It is what. Yeah,
And-
we're gonna like all sing and entwine arms.
And I'm just going to do the quick, both whips, coiled into my hand, what the shit, guys? Little help here. Come on. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Isilme.
I'm gonna try and slash him again. And hopefully do better. Damn it. 15 misses.
A 15 misses. Yes.
And the 14.
Also
So I'm
misses.
just gonna keep slashing at air.
Yeah. So you just keep
God.
slashing, and that shield is just in the way. This Azer just seems to be really good at defensive work. And again, he kind of goes. Anything else?
It's my turn.
Leos.
Lucius, you're a grown man. You can take care of yourself. That said, since the rest of them, how DM question.
Yeah.
How do the Azers look? Los tres amigos.
Okay, well, the green one looks like it's pretty significantly torn up. It has slashes and a lot of magma flowing. The red one looks like it's taken some damage, but it's ready to fight. And the orange one also kind of has taken some damage, but it's very similar to the red one.
Gotcha. And they all look pretty strong. So yeah. So Felios is going to do two things. He's going to say, but I will help you out. So go ahead. Yeah. So Lucius, give yourself 7 hit points as I cast Healing Word upon you. And then, please, Lucius, duck as I pull again my bramble vine from my back and I whip it out at that green Azer. And we'll see whether or not we hit. We do not hit,
No.
unfortunately.
Okay.
But at least I healed the guy.
Yet the vine goes wide and just lands skittering on the ground nearby.
Yeah, I have to sort of arc it over Lucius, and it's not the best, it's not the cleanest throw. And I say sorry, that got a little bit too close to the wrong person's face. I apologize.
If you're gonna whip it, you should whip it real good.
I might take away some inspiration. All right, the Magmin over here goes to
Oh right,
Oops.
yes.
get back up. And then kind of like dizzily walks here 5, 10, 15, really confused at the moment. It's kind of going... And it sees you again and goes... And it'll move another 5. Right over here. It's just kind of running for its life, darting with its tiny little feet.
And it can't decide which way to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally kind of out of it. All right, Eladin.
That line on the screen right now,
Mm-hmm.
would you say that that hits orange and red?
Sure.
Cool. So Eladin steps up on the table, of course, and throws a good old-fashioned lightning bolt down. I need orange, red, and the Magman to make dex saves.
All right, we'll do orange and red first.
Hitting a fleeing enemy.
Hey,
Alright.
that one was mine.
All right, what's the DC? Is it 17?
17.
All right, one saves, one fails for the Azer. So we'll say the red saves, the orange fails.
18 lightning on a fail, 9 on a save.
All right, so let's do this real quick. We'll do the Azers first. So we said red saves, and you said it's half damage, was it?
Yeah, so 9.
9. And the orange one fails, so 15. So the orange one, the lightning runs into its metallic-like body and just works across it, melting huge sections of it, bursting in flames as these sections open up, and it falls to its knees and kind of screams through its death. The red one, the electricity runs across its body, but it seems like it's still holding up, though it's teetering on its feet. And the Magmin is taking 9 points of damage, right? So the... What's that? Yeah, it's saved. So the Magmin, this lightning has already worked across these two foes, and it just shoots out as if it's being pulled by, some polarity, and smacks into this side of the Magmin as it's running, just in its back, full on in its back, and it erupts in flames, exploding tiny pieces of Magmin landing on Fleos's boots. Anything else, Eladin?
I think that's enough.
That one was supposed to be mine.
Azer's turn. The green one's going after Dimitri, and he kind of looks over, sees his compatriots not doing so hot. But nonetheless, he's going to continue fighting because he's not a Magmin. And he's just going to hit you. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And 1 point of fire damage. So he just kind of goes low, and you bring up that shield, and he's expecting it, and whips his hammer into your side. The other one's going to attack Ragus. Ragus, are you still shielded? Is that how that works? Or is that just for that one?
No, shield is just for the one attack.
Excellent. This one goes to hit you, and he's not doing great. He's holding his side, his shield is low, and he just kind of very slowly drops his hammer, and you just kind of brush it very gently aside with your shield.
Noise. No shield.
And now it's your turn, Ragus.
Axe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, with your axe head.
Yeah.
I'm still one-handed, brush
This
it.
is my last round being super angry, so I'm gonna slice up. I'm gonna go for the red one. Just since he seems like to be in pain, I'm gonna
Put him out of his misery.
And I get a non-natural 20 to hit.
So you're helping.
That hits, yeah. That definitely hits.
Ooh, and 17 damage.
You euthanize him.
Mm.
In doing so, you take, real quick, you take 5 points of fire damage. So he kind of bursts into flames around you, the coppery skin melting away, and he grasps onto your hand very momentarily. And, some of that splashing fire kind of does a little bit of damage to you, but otherwise he falls to his knees and just kind of melts in front of you.
I spit at him very nastily, like with a nice big loogie, and I go and attack the other one. And that's a 19 to
That
hit.
hits.
For a 11 damage. And I'm screaming through the whole process. "Ah, you fucking assholes!" Really
More
angry.
metal.
This is the green one, right? Yeah, so
Yeah, the only
you
one
bring
left.
your axe around, and he goes to block with his shield, and you predict it perfectly. They're all kind of fighting the same. You've observed it, and you just smack it into his chest, rending a section from here to here, blood pouring out, coppery liquid pouring out, flames kind of licking at it. And he looks like he's not doing so great, but he's still standing.
All right. Well, I'm out of actions. So
Tee it up to
That's it.
Dimitri.
Dope.
All right, Dimitri.
Okie dokie. Same deal. Still got vampiric touch going for another round or two. I'm go attack with that.
Excellent.
Cool. That is fucking balls, man. 17 to hit.
You just hit.
Fuck yeah. This is good, because this gets me health back. Decidedly less damage than last time, so 10. Okay, so 10 points of necrotic damage, of which I gain back 5.
You grab his coppery flesh, and you feel the heat warming through your hands, and you're going to take 8 points of fire damage, because you take damage from touching him. But you feel like he's within an inch of his life.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the one thing about touching an Azer that I forgot about the first time you touched the Azer.
It's okay.
Anything else?
No, that be it.
Lucius.
So with both whips ready, I'm going to run to the end of the table, and then jump to this square. It wouldn't let me ping it. That square.
Okay.
And then from here, I'm going to take 3 whip attacks at that Azer. Do I have advantage because it's flanked, or I don't know how it works with reach?
Is a reach classified as a range or a melee?
It's a melee attack with reach.
So I'm gonna say you still have the advantage because it's kind of meant to apply to melee in general.
Right. So first attack. 14 to hit. Probably not going to hit, right?
It does not hit, so it just goes by it. The Azer kind of
Second
slips
attack.
to one side.
Uh, 18 to hit.
That hits.
And I'll do the last attack just to see what happens.
It doesn't matter, but do it anyway.
It's not going to hit. I rolled
All right,
4.
you don't need to roll for damage because it has 1 HP. So the first whip, it slips to one side, and as it's slipping to that one side, you kind of spin the second whip and then just lash out, and there's a loud crack as it works across the side of the Azer's face, and for a moment you think it does nothing, and then the Azer's bottom portion of its skull slips off, and there's just a slosh, a downward pour of coppery blood, bits of brain matter. And the Azer falls to its knees, and it looks at Dimitri, and it looks at Ragus, and it unleashes this as it chokes on its own liquids, and fluids, and dies.
The worst way to say that.
I think that's everybody then, right? So initiative's over.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, that was gross.
Somebody's just gonna like slump down on this stool and just take a breather.
You feeling alright?
Do you need medical assistance?
No,
I
I'm
mean-
good.
Do you need psychological assistance? I think we all do.
That many times you might.
If someone
with
wants to
that, I
heal me
open up
6
a flask.
points,
Yeah, I got you. I'll use a healer's kit on you. For starters.
it was nothing but a flesh wound, but I like to be fresh.
I got you.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, best at the med kit does. Okay.
While this is going on,
Healer's kit.
I'm just going to do a lap around the room, just see if there's anything useful.
It depends what you kind of mean by useful. You see plates of food, but the food's not really anything that'd be appetizing to you. It's like horribly overcooked meat, like to the point where it's black, like kind of charred all the way through. There's ale that smells really pungent and almost like spiced, very heavily spiced. In fact, there are wine bottles too, and the wine bottles actually seem like they're probably some type of human wine that was collected from, passerbys or something like that, or maybe they've been here since the dwarves were here. Who knows?
I point to the ale that smells rancid and just go, Ragus, we got some mother's milk here for you if you're interested.
Delicious. On
Uh,
my way.
14 points of health to Raggets.
Oh,
And
okay.
I would
I needed
not
that many, but
recommend-
thank you. Yeah. Do I get bonus extras if I get over max? Wait, Lucius, where's the booze?
I would
great.
not
I
recommend
point to the
drinking
bar.
that stuff.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna sniff it and see if it looks good, and I'm gonna take a gentle sip.
Yes, Fleos.
I would like to look around and see if there's any interesting samples, like in moss, mold, that might, if I ever get to sit down for a
Yeah.
couple of days, be something I could make into something.
Give me an investigation.
While he is doing that,
damn it.
when the Azers die, can they leave back like armor and shit?
Yeah, no, I found nothing. I rolled a 3.
You found magmin
Nice.
poop. One of the magmins had basically pooped in a corner somewhere, and it's really rancid and gross.
Nice.
Smells like sulfur.
I will put that into an individual pouch wrapped up in some parchment anyway.
Fair. Dimitri, were you saying you were going to do something?
Yeah, if the Azers left behind any remains, I would be rummaging through them.
Remains is a very strong term. Most of them kind of melted on their death. I mean, there's still pieces, chunks of them. But they don't really have pouches on them or anything of that
Okay,
nature.
well, but that's the thing. Were they naked when they melted?
No,
Was
they
there
were-
still,
they
armor
were-
type stuff.
They had on them like an armored loincloth, greaves that probably would only ever fit a dwarf, but a dwarf would never wear them because they'd be a blight to them. Their hammers look like once they died, whatever kept the flames going has vanished, and they look pretty damaged from the flames themselves. And they had shields, and these were pretty heavy shields with spikes on them.
Cool.
But they didn't really have anything on them. If you want to scrounge around the room, you might be able to find some odds and ends from what they were doing. But is there anything specific you're looking for?
Nah, just anything that might point us through here, like maybe ideally a map, but like it's something that might help guide us on where we're supposed to go after this.
Yeah,
There was a staircase back in that other room that we never went down.
Or
Oh, which point of order? Now that I remember, I'm gonna go back to that room and start rummaging through another random crate.
yeah. So so you go back to the room, and it's a large room. It's fairly long, and it's just stacked, completely stacked with crates of all types and sizes. And before, what had happened is you'd used a crowbar and pried one of them open and found daggers. So opening another box, I'm assuming you're using the crowbar again.
Yeah.
Yeah, opening another box, prying it open. There's that squeaking sound of wood splintering and opening as the nails lift. And inside, you just find a stack of shields.
Sounds like weapons.
Hmm.
Basically,
Alright.
for all armory. So
As this is
Um,
happening, now that we're no longer being attacked, I'm going to take out from the bag I had quickly, or rather pick up from the table, from the floor where I had dropped it as we rematerialized surrounded by enemies, Lucius's chest. And I'm going to shake it. And I'll say, "Your coin. You almost left it.
You can keep it.
Captain, our coin. It's been donated."
Okay.
I'm just kind of like exasperated. Look, we need to sit down and figure out a plan. This
Hey,
whole thing is way beyond what we thought.
Hey, Fleos. Can you read languages and shit?
The college boys over there.
Eladin is looking at the bowl with the spoon in it and just staring into it. And walking around the room slowly, seeing if it changes.
That's a good point. So you look down at the bowl, still has water in it. It's almost like a like a mercurial water now. It's like it's changed its physical properties, and the spoon is spinning in random directions now.
Eladin's like walking to each corner and seeing if I can like get a signal in like a.
Can you hear me now?
Hear it now? No.
No,
Can I hear it now?
no. As you go to different locations, it just continues to spin spontaneously.
Watching this, I turn back to Lucius and say, I can read a variety of languages, but which one are you talking about?
I point to the crates and I'm like, I'm really just there's.
Remember, the crates are in a
knives, there's
different room.
shields.
So, if people are staying,
I'm in the crate room.
So you'd have to go to the crate room to have that communicate, or come out of the crate room. So, from what I understand, Lucius is the only one who went to the crate room. Is anyone going with Lucius?
I mean, if he pops his head over and is like, "Hey, can you read this stuff?"
Yeah, there's
then
there's a hallway between the two of them.
Yeah, there was like a little like
Two
10-foot
doors.
room between
Yeah,
the two, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need someone to fucking decipher this writing. I need a goddamn set of armor.
I'll go too.
I'll go help him try to do that. As I see Eladin coming over, though, I'm gonna say, no, you should focus on that, or you should talk to the captain and see whether or not that fits into our next plan.
Cleos, I think we might be further away than this magic can help us with at the moment. And I like show you the bowl and show you it spinning, and just I look at you and I'm like, I've heard of multiple planes. I feel like that might be where we're at right now.
Yeah, or we could be in a pocket, like that thing you do when you climb up into the air.
This would be a rather large pocket dimension. But
Why don't you give
more
me
like
an Arcana check? Either of you, Fleos or Eladin.
I will donate to Eladin's advantage.
And use advantage, Eladin.
14.
I'm gonna be in a corner with the booze, and I'm drinking some booze and looking at them. Fellas, why don't we do what we always do? Let's just walk around and kill whatever gets in front of us.
Eladin,
That tends to not work out well for us quite often.
Eladin, you remember a rare dwarvish professor who came by the college once, shortly before you were kicked out, and you remember that he used to say, remember, magic can affect magic. It works in layers like an onion.
God.
Is he a dwarf or an ogre?
He's a stretch.
Or a
While this is going on, I'm just picking another random crate to just crack open.
Okay.
Is it?
Given this revelation, I'm going to walk over to the captain and I'm just going to say, all right, well then, the bowl doesn't work. We are trapped somewhere. I
It's
defer to you.
possible that, and I'm like communing with both of you, and I'm like, so like looking at the ball, we could be on another plane. It could be interrupted by some powerful magic. I mean, to overcome a ritual like this is, we may be in some pretty deep territory here, but getting out quickly will be our best bet to save Scythia. And I just like put the bag back in my bag. Will it spill?
Wait, so I'm gonna. I just look at him after he said to save Zephyr. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We're in the middle of islands with magic all over the place. We got beholders, and all you care about is your stupid college crush."
I
To be fair-
completely ignore you.
To be fair, Ragus, the college crush is, if anything, smarter, more knowledgeable than Eladin here, and could be of great assistance to us in trying to survive the beholders and sundry other horrible things we have run into so far. But
You see these fucking aces? These fucking aces are smarter than Eladin. Come on.
All right, wait. You're by the casks and you're drinking, right?
Yeah, of course.
I throw a small little firebolt near you, and light in the attempt to light some of your ale on fire.
All right, make an attack to the ale.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez.
Dude, we've been through this.
Wait.
It was
Wait,
inevitable.
can I make a reaction when I see him casting Firebolt to like just sort of knock his hand down?
Why don't you give me a dexterity save to affect his attack?
Dude, seriously. No, don't do that to my dwarf. He has a short temper.
You already said some messed up shit.
All right, Ragus, I want you to know that I tried.
What'd you get?
I got a 5. I'm rolling really terrible now.
You go to smack his hand, but it's already too late. And what'd you get for an attack, Eldon?
14.
A 14. Yeah, that's totally fine. So you fling the fire off, and what's your exact target?
So I'm assuming he has like a mug of
Yeah.
ale. It's that mug.
So the fireball just kind of like, and it lofts off and has this projectile trajectory, and it just kind of like splashes into the flagon of ale, and as it does, it causes this hissing and popping, and the flagon's joints pop off, and all the ale falls out the bottom.
Fucking hell.
Shut your
Okay.
damn mouth, dwarf. And I walk off into the room with Lucius.
Okay, well, I follow him and I throw the mug at his head.
Make an attack.
Yep. All right. What kind of thing is with a mug? I guess it's just a regular.
Yeah, it's a
Throw.
non-proficient attack.
Well, I'm proficient with every weapon, and I drink a lot. Wouldn't I be proficient?
I mean, if you threw your muffin, you'd be proficient. The dwarven muffin.
No, I don't want him to get that. Okay. Well, not proficient. What does not proficient do?
Don't
I
add
don't get
a
my-
Your
proficiency.
strength.
I don't get my +3. Okay. So then it's only a 21 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so what are you hitting him with?
With the mug, the same mug that he destroyed that made me lose my beer. I just threw it at the back of his head.
Yeah, roll. I think you roll for damage, right? You still roll for damage, so it's
It's
dexterity.
whatever your dexterity.
Yeah, it's just straight dex.
It's your call. Yeah, it's dex or strength, whichever you want. Whatever the stat is.
Yeah,
the modifier.
it's straight dex.
Dex, like with a D20.
No, it's whatever.
Oh no, so it's just the
it's
damage.
what your modifier is.
It's just the
one
damage
plus your
modifier.
modifier.
No, but you said strength or dex, right? Can I use my strength then?
It's whatever his call is.
No,
like,
it's dex
if
because you're throwing it. I'm calling it a ranged
Okay.
attack.
So
'Cause
1 plus
fine.
dex modifier.
So
D&D Beyond actually tells you what your unarmed strike is, basically.
but
But it's an unarmed range
where
weapon.
does that
It's an
tell you?
unarmed range weapon, so it's a little different.
Okay. Wait. So where do I see that?
Well, it's just your plus dex. It's,
What's your
okay. Plus dex
dexterity
is
modifier?
it's
three.
3, so you do 3 points of
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I-
Eladin, basically this mug hits you, and it kind of like, you feel it. It hit you.
And I
Yeah,
tell him
I-
that's my last fucking warning.
And I ignore it and keep walking out towards the room with Lucius.
Okay, so you had asked me, could you just like put this bowl in, and the answer is no. It's fluid. So if you want to let the fluid out, there was nothing magical about the fluid. You could put the water in, and the spoon is what's enchanted.
Okay.
So it's fine. You just won't be able to like see it spin unless it's in the fluid again. The bowl's not enchanted either. It is just the spoon.
So if I hold the spoon, will I feel it
Nothing.
like tug? or
Nothing. But if you were to throw it in a bathtub, it'd be good.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or a
Cool.
flowing river, which would be really weird and bizarre.
Hmm.
Okay, and then was somebody else asking me something? I feel like Dimitri, maybe? No. Or
I
is
said I
someone-
was just gonna crack another crate while they were.
Oh yeah,
pussyfooting
that's what it was. So what are you looking for? Something specific?
I'm looking for armor. Like I saw that one was weapons, one was shield. I'm seeing if there's a crate of armor.
So you do find armor, but you find basically pieces of plate mail.
Okay. I will take a bunch of them and just kind of like stuff it into one of my sacks.
Okay, just remember it's heavy.
Yeah, not like a whole set of plate mail.
Like some greaves and
just-
gauntlets and a gorget.
I'm actually looking for just like the breastplate part of it.
Oh yeah, you could take the breastplate easily,
Yeah.
which has its own stats, I believe. Anyway, so.
Right. Well, I'm looking for a breastplate.
All right.
I don't know,
Yes,
but-
you can definitely find a breastplate.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna start donning that while everyone's talking.
Excellent.
And while I see Eladin walking in, I'm just like starting to put on the armor, and I'm just like, this reminds me of a time where I was in the fighting pits, and the requisition guy just gave me the smallest set of armor. It was like a crop top. It came up to here, and like I was like, well, for shits and giggles, I was fighting whelps. I'll wear it. Couldn't shit right for a week for all the punches I was taking in the gut.
Can we hear any of that conversation from like this cafeteria room?
With our ridiculous passive perceptions.
Yes, with your ridiculous passive perceptions, you can.
Excellent hearing.
Yes, you're proficient in hearing.
Okay, so everyone's in that room except me, Ragus, Flios, or Dimitri. You're still in the cafeteria also?
Aye.
All right. Do I have to yell then for everyone else in the crate room to hear me, or like,
Yes.
Can I talk loudly?
If you talk loudly, they'll be able to hear that you're talking loudly, but not necessarily make out the words.
I don't want to make a lot of noise. All right, then I'm just gonna like walk over.
He just runs over, he pops his head in, and he says,
Gentlemen,
It's
please
done.
come over.
we need to plan what we're going to do before we starve to death on this island. And then he walks back to the captain.
Come on, Lucius, let's go listen to him.
Can't those guys make food? But I mean, I'm down for the captain, whatever she wants to do.
I mean, I think you're right, but it was probably just a good reason for us to talk. So we're back in the room with you.
I can, out of character, I can make food. Will I make food?
By the way,
No.
as I'm walking out of that room for shits and giggles, I'm grabbing like one more dagger out of that one crate.
I have a large collection.
At this
I would
point.
grab more if I were allowed to use them, but my axe just keeps me obsessed with it and doesn't let me use all the weapons.
It's a fickle lover.
My precious.
All right, are you guys done? Like,
I've been saying
What-
let's move and kill more things.
What's happening, Captain?
Well, it's not that easy. We just saw a kid fucking die and lose his soul, and now that stone is in Dimitri's forehead. So I feel like that changes things. Right? Do
Well-
we just keep blindly going forward, trying to find all these stones, thinking everything's okay? Like, have you guys forgotten the past few hours?
Nay, but the way I see it, if he turned into a fucking zombie that quickly, we better get a move on before this fucker turns the same.
Sort of on a different playing level with the undead in that whole gray area there than our poor boy was. But I feel like at least a moment's worth of time to fucking honor his sacrifice that he's done for us is probably a good idea.
So we're gonna go here and sing Kumbaya.
I think what we need to do is come up with a plan that like is gonna get all of us out of here alive so that we can have that moment of silence.
All right, I like the first part
We are
of the
not
plan.
out
I don't think we need a moment of
Yeah.
silence.
I'm
How
too
about we just
to deserve.
we seem to have a problem if we take the stones from people, they show up in our fucking foreheads, and you don't seem to be that thrilled about it, and I don't blame you seeing what happened with the fucking kid. So maybe we don't kill these people that have the stones. Let's just bring them along.
Fair.
And if they don't want to come with,
I didn't say we would ask them.
hey, when we get to the next one, I'll let you start that conversation.
They want eternal peace, they can come with us.
I doubt it'll work, but we can give it a shot. But right now, we need to get out of here because I'm sure someone else has heard us, murdering the entire cafeteria.
Leave
In the meantime, I probably have I've probably found another goblet. Take a sip, throw it on the floor, then let's fucking go. Actually, and this is out of character. I was not here when we got to this room, so I don't know where we came from or what other direction we can go to.
Fair.
But I would like to walk in whatever direction we didn't come from?
So you've explored the entire floor. This entire floor has been explored.
We SWAT styled broke in from 3 different rooms.
Inside of the
gotcha.
crate room are 2 staircases. I'm going to revise a little bit. There's a staircase going up, and there's probably a staircase going down, but there's this large, almost blast door, for lack of a better term. It's like Bilko doors, if you've ever seen for a basement, where it's 2 metal doors, and they have been melted and fused together.
Okay, so we're not going that way.
So there's just
let's go
stairs
the other
going
way.
up.
Okay, I start heading to the stairs. Shall we, fellas?
All right, but don't just go like swinging doors open. You never know what's gonna be on the other side.
I'm not a 17-year-old. It's not my first rodeo.
Just kind of roll my eyes
right.
and make my way to the crate room.
On that note, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the quiet people go first. For
Oh,
once.
I had my mic muted. And we're back.
Just kidding.
So I was saying I'm gonna let the quiet people go first for once, but I'll stay around the middle of the pack.
All right, so who's leading?
I think I will.
Okay.
I'm down here somewhere at the hallway to the crate room.
All right. So it's a winding, tight, spiraling staircase. And as you ascend, it's almost like there's a little bit of a layer of it's not slime so much as like a charred residue that then had slime and mold grow on top of it. And there's just the kind of subtle scent of sulfur and of just decay.
Can I collect some of this slime and mold?
Of course you can.
Fantastic.
It's old creosote.
Yes, it's like old creosote. That's great.
Look at him. It's like, what are you doing? Are you gonna be eating that later?
You know, in a small amount, added to a certain dish, it tastes all right.
I think you might have remnants from that day you turned into a spider.
These stairs lead up fairly high into the tower, and your footfalls make a very gentle clack. Very, 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 very easy, gentle clack just from, your shoes making contact with the stone, and it echoes downward. And as you get higher, the stairs enter a room, and the room has a single door on the far side, opposite from the steps. The room itself is scattered with broken chairs and containers. It just looks like a lot of debris has been placed in the room. Nothing of any import.
Just gonna carefully move through.
Does this remind anyone of a barricade?
It's not the door itself is not particularly barricaded. Maybe there once was a barricade here. These items were used for barricade. It's possible.
Okay. So we continue moving through the room, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a crazy big room. You can see from one end to the other end. And like I said, there's a door opposite of when you emerge from the stairs.
Captain, you want to check it out?
Yeah.
All
Why
right,
not?
give me a perception check. What are you? Are you gonna listen at it? Are you gonna look for traps? What are you doing?
I want to. I guess I definitely want to know if there are traps, but I was thinking more. I want to figure out if it's locked or not, and if I hear anything concerning.
Okay, let's do 2 perception checks. One to examine the door and evaluate its risk factor, and that'll let you know if it's open to. And the second to just kind of use your senses nearby it.
Okay, so I have 2 different extremes. There's a 21 and an 8.
Ooh, which one for which?
The 21 was first.
All right, I know which one I'm applying.
First?
I know what I'm applying that to. It's all good. You don't know. You don't have to know.
Isn't your floor 21?
What?
Isn't your floor 21?
Yeah, but with passive, that's not
It's not exactly how passive works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what Mike Merle said, but okay.
There's 1.5 billion
Okay.
conversations around this, and I disagree with it being used as a floor. It is definitely for more about what you notice passively when you're examining things. Otherwise, there's no game. There's no game. So what you do notice specifically is that the door itself is not locked. It is definitively not locked. You kind of give it a little wiggle, a little jiggle on the doorknob, and it'll move. You don't notice any traps. Nothing's there. There's no tripwires, no pressure plates, nothing of that nature. And listening, you just hear silence. You know, maybe a little wind working through the hall, you know, whatever room is opposite it. So it's not still air. There's definitely moving air, but you don't hear any footfalls, any sounds of monsters or anything of that nature. Nothing to trigger your alarms.
Okay. I just kind of shrug, nod to the group, and then really gently and carefully I want to open the door. And not push it all the way open, just open it a
Yeah,
crack.
you open it a crack, and it goes...
Gonna wait a second. Or like several seconds. See if I hear anything else or if anything pops out.
Give me another perception check.
21.
You wait a moment and a beat, and you just hear that ever-persistent movement of air through whatever space is beyond the door.
Alright, I'm gonna push it open at least like a good foot so I can see around it.
Squeaks to that foot, and you can see that there is what appears to be the beginning of a hallway. And you do see, you know, it's only open about a foot. You can see that beginning of the hallway, and you see a window that has nothing covering it, and cold air is coming in, and you can feel it already kind of moving towards you, and you can feel it on your skin, the cold air coming from outside.
Alright, I'm gonna shuffle through it.
I'm
You're
gonna,
gonna kind of like
I'm gonna
push yourself through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it.
I'm gonna look
give me-
around at the stones also.
All right, that's
if
fair.
that's okay, to see if there's anything interesting.
Are you gonna? What specifically you're gonna try and evaluate by them? Just look at them.
I'm trying to see if there's anything weird in the way the hole looks. If there's any things any stones that look out of place on the floor that could be trapped.
All right,
things
but you're not
or
going
not.
into the hallway yet, are you?
I'm looking through the door.
Looking through
that's
the door.
all.
Okay.
I'm
There's
going
not
in.
much you can see because it's just the beginning of it. Islame, are you gonna do this stealthily?
Yes.
Give me one of them
Yeah.
rolls.
Carefully, stealthily. 22.
22. Excellent. So yeah, you manage to slide through the door without making any creak whatsoever, and you enter a long hallway. And opposite the door that you just moved through is another door, and on that same side are another. So total of 4 doors on the side that's opposite your door, and then on the side that is on the same as the door you just left, there are a set of very large metal heavy looking double doors, and then at the far end another set of regular doors. Another regular door. So just to reiterate, in case anyone's keeping track, the far side has 4 doors, and the side that you are emerging from has 2 regular doors and then 2 double doors. Large double doors. Very large double doors.
Okay.
Just for clarification, is this like a T intersection?
No, it is a straight hallway.
Okay, and the far side, so the side furthest away from us has a set of double doors?
No, the side Islame is currently facing, having emerged from the door that was in the room you were just in,
Ajar, yeah.
Yeah. has 4 doors. And then the one that is on the same side as that ajar door has, all the way at the end of the hallway, 1 similar door, and then in the middle of the hallway, 2 large double doors.
One on either side.
What does either side mean? On the wall are 2 doors. 2 large doors. And it's hard for me to tell looking at them. I'll assume you haven't read. Real quick. Ragus, looking at the stonework and the stones around you and everything of that nature, I mean, again, this is clearly dwarven craftsmanship, but it looks like it hasn't been maintained in forever. You know, there are cracks showing. Nobody's gone and cleaned anything. It's all covered in that horrible kind of charred element with slime on it, and there's moisture everywhere. What a shame.
I should do better work at cleaning this beautiful stone. Alright, so I guess we need to pick doors.
Well, right now, Isilme is the only one who knows any of this, and is the only one in the
I know,
hallway.
I'm going in. I'm following. I never stay too far behind.
You're gonna open the door?
No, I'm not opening the door. I'm going through the same door she just went through.
You're right, so it's only open about a foot. And you're a dwarf with a nice barrel chest.
Ah. Okay, I thought she already opened it.
Only 1 foot. She squeezed through.
Okay, I'm from Europe. I don't know feet, so I don't know.
A third of a
Tell me
meter?
meters.
Peter.
A meter? That's
About a third of a meter.
fine. I just stay behind her. There you go. Whatever she's doing, I stay behind.
Okay, so you're gonna go through the door.
I stay behind her. If she goes through, if
So-
she's
so
gone through the
that's
door
a
yet,
yes.
I'll
She's
open
already
the
gone
door.
through the door. So are
Yes.
are
So I'm
you
going to open the door more and continue carefully and slowly walk behind.
are you gonna attempt to do this stealthily?
Sure, but I don't know how well that's going to work with plate armor.
Yeah, give me some rolls. What are you? You're disadvantaged, I think, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, actually, I rolled pretty decent. My lowest roll is a 15.
Okay, so the door still kind of goes, "Nyeh." But you only have to push it another, half a foot. So Ragus kind of squeezes through, and there's a little bit of you can hear some of the armor moving around on him, some of the straps with metal bindings
Civilian weapons.
kind of hitting against it. Yeah, his axe slaps against some of the metal on his thigh, so he makes some noise going through, but not as much as you would expect from, the master dwarf. And you enter the hallway and see what Isilme saw.
Is the door fully open now, or is it just sort of?
No, it's still ajar. It's like a foot and a half.
Okay.
Enough to let a dwarf go through.
Okay, I would take some of the slime that we got and sort of grease the hinges before the rest of us go through.
Very nifty. Give me just a straight up D20. You can add your dexterity in it.
Cool.
While he's doing this, I'm just gonna whisper, "That's a good idea," and give him inspiration.
Ooh.
Good. I mean, I already had inspiration that I never used, but I'll take it too. 19.
Oh, dude, you lube that stuff up. So you work the slime between your fingers and kind of grease the hinges that are at the bottom, the middle, and the top. And you say a small prayer to Sindral, of course, before you do any of this. And
Of course.
And at the same
I
time,
bless the grease.
Lucius is kind of humming. Oh, Lucius, what are you doing? Are you humming a melody? What are you doing?
You're muted, bud.
I just whisper into his ear, "I like the fiber of your fabric," and give him a little caress on the back thigh, and give him just inspiration.
So impressionist poetry. Good. Yeah, and you've done that. Would you like to try the door? Dimitri.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. I would absolutely like to slowly open the door.
So you put your hand on it and begin applying pressure to the wooden texture of the door, and it opens as quiet as a whisper.
Big thumbs up to the guys.
So
And I
Isilme and Ragus, you see this after all of your efforts.
I give them a thumbs up, and I try to sneakily go my way through there as well. But I'm also wearing scale mail, which is also a disadvantage.
The door opens, so you can literally
Yes.
just open the entire door. So you can do it sneakily, just to be sneakily.
Yeah, I'm still trying to be quiet,
Right.
as I walk through, but I'm also still wearing scale.
Right, you're holding your weapons and
which-
kind of.
Yeah, and it clinks and chinks as much as Ragus clanks.
Yes. Okay, so give me a roll for that.
Cool. Well, that's actually not bad. 14.
All right. Yeah. So again, there's a little bit a, but it's not bad.
Cool.
I guess we're all following.
All right. Well, I want to go to the closest door to the one I just came through.
Okay, there's one that's directly across from it.
Right across. Right. Yeah. Just go up to it. Listen.
Give me a perception check.
Oof. 14.
You don't hear anything. Sounds quiet.
You mentioned that we could possibly hear the air moving through here.
Yes.
Could we spend a moment to sort of figure out which door the air is coming from?
So the door's not. So the air's not coming from a door. There's a window on either side of the hallway. Open
Okay.
window. There's no glass on or anything like that. It's just exposed to the elements.
Oh, I would totally be peeking my face through that window
So
just to see what's on the other side.
you see the other side of the island, and you can see. So you're now like facing inwards towards the center of this island chain, for lack of a better term, and you can see that there is another island beyond it.
Can I see our boat?
You cannot see your boat from this side.
Okay. Can I see more of a, I don't know, pathway, any sort of superstructure outside of the window, like seeing where the rest of these halls and tunnels go?
Not from this window. You can't. You can kind of look down and see the height that you're at, and you're actually pretty significantly high. Those stairs, those winding staircase, brought you relatively high into the tower. And give me just give me like a wisdom check.
Okie dokie. Like a wisdom save or a wisdom check?
Check.
Check. Gotcha.
Just, a roll with wisdom.
Cool. Dirty 20.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, you remember that there was a bridge. There's a bridge from this tower to the next tower, and based off what you're seeing, you kind of guess that you're at the height the bridge should be at.
Okay. I would relay that information to the rest of them, like, hey guys, remember the bridge that we saw before? We're probably on that level.
There's a mechanism nearby.
Would I remember if the other side of the bridge had the lit up rooms? Because I was a bird at one point and I did like a scouting mission.
We'll say yes.
Right, because wasn't the other side of the bridge had rooms that were lit with torches?
Yes, yeah.
So I'll reiterate that. Like, I think people are chilling in that room. If we want to deal with that, we can. If we're going to do that, we should probably go in with some type of plan.
Okay. And you said there were 2 windows, right? Can I go over to the other one?
You'd have to traverse the entirety of the hallway. Is that a thing you want to do?
Yes.
It's about an 80 foot. It's about an 80-foot hallway.
Oh shit.
It's long.
Is it on the same side as us, or is it on the opposite side of the wall?
So there's the window that is. So there are these 2 doors opposed to each other, right? You came out of this one, and
Yeah.
Islame is looking at this one now. On this side is where that window is that you just looked out. 80 feet that way is another window.
Gotcha. Okay. Guys, I would like to head down to that. Anybody else want to come with me? Guard my 6.
Yeah, I'll go with Dimitri to check
Okay.
out next.
I'll stick with Dimitri.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
So you're going to pass
want to go
all
with
the doors in the entire hallway to get to it.
that. Yes.
Okay.
Then I'm
Are
gonna
you
go-
sure that's a good
Yeah, I
idea?
mean, as we come up to each door, I'd like to listen. Maybe I'm not going to touch them, but I'd at least like to listen and see if I can get a sense of what's going on the other side of each door. As I go through there, if we're going to be making this trek.
I'm gonna stay at the place where we came out, ready to go just in case.
All right. So is it just Dimitri and Islame making the journey?
And Lucius.
And Lucius. All right.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that if Dimitri was going down, then I would go, I would follow him slowly to check the doors. So
Okay.
maybe I'm checking the doors behind him.
Okay. So he'll be like the shield in front.
Sure.
Correct.
If any door opens, I'm just swinging at whatever opens the door.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're gonna keep like a couple paces back.
Yeah, and I'm staying after the door we went through. I guess near the following door, just whatever there was another door across the set, but so I'm just there with my axe in hand, ready to go.
Let's see how stealthy the three of you are.
Okie dokie.
How am I rolling so bad?
Remember, Dimitri, you have an inspiration of mine that you can add, so it's a D8 if you need it.
You're 13.
I got a 17.
I got an 11.
You could burn that inspiration.
I did. I rolled a 1 for the inspiration.
Oh.
Okay, I rolled a 2, so it put me at 13
Nice.
for my stuff.
Well, you move through that space.
Moderately quietly.
You think so?
It'd be funny if he goes, "Oh, you go through and nothing happens."
Yeah.
It's just suspense.
We're hunting rabbits.
Okay.
So I want to check the first door we get to.
Duck season.
So the first door you get to is on that left-hand side. Sorry, I'm calling it left. The far side, right up the wall. And yeah, it's only about 15 feet away from the other door. You gonna do perception check?
10. Okay.
Nothing. Don't hear anything.
I'm continuing to move onwards.
Okay.
And one thing I'm gonna have to try to do, and I'm sorry because I need to at least be able to. Oh wait, no, I got a range of 90 feet. Never mind. So I stay where I am. I was looking at my chromatic orb. If it's 80 feet stuff, I can still help them from all the way in the back.
All right. So about another 15 feet away or so is another door.
Alright.
I pause while they do their thing.
11. Moving up in the world.
Again, you don't really hear much. And that puts you about opposite the double doors. Are you going to also listen to the double doors?
Yeah. Because I imagine that's where a lot of traffic would come from.
Oh yeah.
21 for the double doors.
Behind the double doors, you hear something along the lines of... And you recognize it kind of as that same language that those mephits or maybe the magmins were using downstairs.
What language is that, by the way?
It is Ignan.
I think some. Okay.
I actually know that, I think. I do. I know.
You know Ignan?
No.
When I got the sorcerer thing, I learned like 5 or 6. I learned all the primordial languages.
All right, well, you know it, but you're not there.
Nope. Yeah.
So I'm going to signal to everybody, like, quiet. There's something there. And I'm gonna kind of take a page out of Lucius's book, and I'm just going to pull a rope out of my bag and tie because I'm assuming there are handles for these 2 doors. It's double doors.
Yeah, they're like really large. This is a huge door. It's gargantuan. The hallway itself is probably it's a very tall hallway. It's like 20 feet tall, and these doors go floor to ceiling almost.
I mean, I have.
Do they swing out or do they
50
slide?
feet of rope.
They don't slide. They look like they probably go in.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I have 50 feet of hempen rope and 50 feet of silken rope, so I just want to tie the handles together real quick.
And you want to do this quietly, I would assume.
Yes, please.
So stealth and then sleight of hand.
That's sleight of hand. Okay. 17 for stealth, 22 for sleight of hand.
Okay, you bind the door.
Great. I nod to Dimitri, like, keep going.
You got it. I make my way down.
All right, and then there are 2 opposed doors.
Point to one.
I'll point to
Point
one,
to the other.
and then point to me. Yeah, I'll do one,
Cool.
you do the other.
Sounds good.
Ooh, not funny.
Excellent.
+6. That happens sometimes.
And this is perception or investigation?
Perception. You're trying to
Much better.
perceive something.
Cool. 23.
23. Both
22, sorry.
22. Islame, you don't hear anything. It just, again, sounds dead inside. Dimitri, you hear like a little whistling of wind.
Okay. And is my door on the same side as the double doors or the
Yes.
or the
Yes,
other?
it is.
Okay. Okay. That is good to know. Since I know that the captain can read lips, I just mouth over to her like, I hear wind over here. You should check this out afterwards. And I point to the window.
Okay.
Moving
I
on.
nod.
Moving on.
Okay. So are you going to look out the window now? It's right there.
No, I'm
like,
going to take a nap right at the base. Of course I'm looking out the window.
Okay, so yeah, you look out the window, and looking out that side, you can make out where you landed your ship.
Cool. I get the captain over here, and I just whisper over there, like, cool, there we are. Let's see if we can coordinate, our way back there. And think and make a mental map of how to get from here to there.
So you're going to go back to the starting place? Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
we
once
try to
we
find it.
spend some time, like,
Mhm.
actually, like, surveying the land and, like, trying to figure out how we get from where we are back to our ship.
Oh, so you're going to... You know how to get back to your ship. You don't,
Okay.
you don't have to worry about that. That's... I'm pretty certain between Isilme and Fleos, they could navigate in the dark back to the ship.
Wait,
Okay, cool.
No one got a shard of that obsidian stuff related to fire anywhere, right? Yet? And we only have the one piece of horn.
Yeah,
on
there's
that. So
only one horn.
it's probably something for us to gather here.
The horn's in
before we go back
Dimitri's
to the
head.
boat. Yeah. Okay.
So I walk into the hallway and I try and like mouth to the captain. What do we do?
Are there
I
any-
point at my axe. I look at everybody, I hold my axe and go. I point at it.
We just
There's still
shake
another
our
set
head.
of double doors we haven't checked out.
No,
Right.
you've listened to every single door
Oh,
in the
we've
hallway.
checked out everything.
Yeah, you've checked out all the
Oh,
doors.
there's one double doors. Okay, that's fine.
And there's
Yeah,
only sound from one of them, the double doors.
The double
The double
doors...
doors had sounds of occupation. The door in between the double doors and the window that me and Islame are at, we heard more wind.
Correct.
So I wouldn't mind checking that one out.
Okay.
I would actually like to go to the door farthest from the double doors that we heard the monster noises in, so that in case we make any noise, we're as far away from as possible.
So that's the door you're already at.
Okay, perfect.
So are you going to open that one?
Yes.
But you're far away. Should we try to make our way to you? Yes. We're split
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, probably. If you guys want to
Everybody has to
slowly
make
making your way.
stealth checks then.
Including
think
the
it's
3 that are
1
at the door, or
No, anyone who's crossing the hallway needs to make a stealth check.
Ooh. They're gonna hear the door. They're gonna hear the door. Because I'm disadvantaged,
Surprise,
right?
surprise.
So, hey, I did ask. Should I go through? I got a 6. If I wasn't disadvantaged, I would have done.
Laughing to get there.
So Ragus is walking, and you can just hear the echoes from his boots, metal boots on these stones, and his axe kind of like lurches over and kind of smacks against the wall and then against his armored chest at the same time, and there's like a loud metal crack sound.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys went all the way to the other side.
It be what it be.
All right. So.
And on that note, the double doors kind of like shake, and then you hear.
I'm gonna open the door I'm in front of and quick peer inside, and hopefully it's empty and we can jump in there.
It is a large room, about 30 feet by 30 feet, held up by 4 columns that are equally distributed. And throughout the room are, just pull it up, are essentially bookshelves lining everything. And there are the charred remains of books. Just there's very few books left. There's some leather bindings. A lot of the pages have been pulled out and scattered about. And even though it seems like this fire happened a long time ago, you can still smell the charred remains.
But no monsters or other entities that I
No.
can see.
None. I told you it was quiet.
I just kind of like wave to everyone else to like try and signal that it's safe in there. And quick jump in and like try and dig through the books to see if like I can read any of the titles, to see if like anything jumps out at me. Find any info.
Yeah, they seem to all be in Dwarvish.
All right. Well, I guess did I make it all the way there yet, or
Yeah,
or-
loudly. Did everybody pop over?
At the noise from the double doors, Fleos is going to abandon his post at the top of the stairs, monitoring to see if anything's sneaking up behind us, and sort of poke his head through just to see what's going on. And I guess at that point I would see the captain waving everybody into the room. But about how far down the hall is that?
80 feet.
80.
All the way at the other end. Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to dash that. So I have to. I guess I'll stay where I am for now and see if the rope or binding on those doors holds.
All right. So you're
Well,
gonna
if
be
I made
running
it
over.
there, I
Yeah.
would like to read, see what dwarven books are out there and start translating. for people.
We're gonna get there.
I would also start reading that as well.
I love it. There's a whole bunch of monsters inside of a giant room. Some that have clearly heard us, but we're gonna read some books. That is
They're
definitively.
tied up.
Well,
All right.
I mean, I'm having a little bit of like PTSD flashbacks to my childhood, but as soon as I come back to it, I'd probably be pouring through the burnt books.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not grabbing books. I'm just looking at what are we doing here, and I'm trying to. I guess I recognize dwarven, so I guess
Yes.
I'm gonna have some flashbacks.
So real quickly, yeah, of course you have flashbacks to your childhood. But real quickly, just kind of glancing at the titles, you see things like the hidden nature of transmutation of stonework. You see crystals useful in the cosmetic transformation of titles of that nature. They all kind of their exact meaning eludes you, but they seem like they might be about the mystic arts and magic. But again, like if you were to pick up one of these books and look in it, it's the pages have been ripped out and shredded, or they've been burned.
All right.
Well, he's looking for
Anything particularly in the field of necromancy?
You'd have to ask Ragus.
Well, I mean, you gave me that thing that makes me speak Dwarfish.
Does it make you speak Dwarvish, or you only get stone cutting, bro?
No, I thought you said I spoke Dwarvish. Well, even if you said I could speak Dwarvish, not necessarily read Dwarvish.
Fair.
Well, dude, I'm gonna start
Fair.
talking dwarvish to you.
I'm just sitting outside the door, like I see that Fleos is not coming in, but I'm waiting for everyone else to come in the room before I come in the room and close the door.
Okay. Before you close that door, a blade bursts through the kind of like the little crack between doors, so they manage to move enough, and the blade bursts through and slices down, cutting through the ropes, and that's where we're going to end for the night.
Oh boy.
Because I don't want to
I
start.
give her a big smile.
I don't want to start the next part and then just end in like 10 minutes.
Okay, I was just gonna say before, like when Dimitri and Ragus were looking at the books, that I was gonna go back out and go over to the next door anyway,
Okay,
so I wouldn't have been shut in.
perfect. All right, we're going to call it a night right here, and then we'll pick up next Thursday.
All right.
All
I
right?
love how starting
Stories
with
in Ireland
combat
next
is a
Yeah,
theme
I
for
will
us.
be away next week.
You're going to play from Ireland next week? Is that what I just heard?
No.
Yes.
All right, so we'll be without our hybrid wizard sorcerer next week.
I will also be away.
And you will be you're going to be in Ireland too, is that what you just said?
No, I'm gonna be on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Do we
Hey,
have
wait, Ken, aren't me and you going to be in the West Coast too?
Next week?
Next week or the week after?
It's the week after. It's only the 13th.
Okay, week after. Okay.
do we want to would moving it up in the week or later in the week help? No. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I'm gonna be gone all next week.
Corey won't be back until Saturday.
all right, we'll figure this
Yeah.
out. We'll figure this out on the interwebs. All right.
Yeah, we'll talk on Thursday.
If anyone's watching, thank you for watching, and thanks for playing, everybody. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too.